All right, so assignment this week, try learning more about Photoshop, taking that next step. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to follow a minimum of 3 different tutorials from the Learn page in Photoshop. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. If you want to use tutorials from YouTube or elsewhere, just talk to me. The problem with some YouTube tutorials, though, is that a lot of them are built assuming that you're already really proficient in Photoshop, and they can get confusing really quickly. So if you want to use tutorials outside of what I'm going to show you in a second, just check in with me first. What you're going to do is you're going to apply what you learned from those tutorials to content you create using Photoshop. You can make 1 image edit, you can make 3 image edits, you can make 10 image edits. All you have to do is somehow apply what you learned from 3 different tutorials in Photoshop to content in Photoshop. If that works as 1 image, 3 tutorials, all that stuff goes into 1 image, great. If you want to space that out over several different things you make, that's okay too. You get to make whatever you want to make. All I'm worried about is the skills that you're learning. You're going to post the content that shows evidence of what you learned in the discussion below. And then in your post, you're going to include which 3 tutorials you followed. So just quickly reference the names of them. So here's how you find the tutorials. When you open up Photoshop, you have this tab that says Home right here. If you click Learn, there's so many different ways you can learn more about Photoshop from this screen. So you have these hands-on tutorials at the top right here. You could pick any of these. You can also click View All right here and be taken to all the different hands-on tutorials, and I'll show you how those work in just a second. You could also go through anything you want from the More tutorials down here. These are a little bit longer, but you're going to learn a ton by doing them. And then if you even scroll further down, there's even a Search for Tutorials button where you can search for more in the app. Generally speaking, with the tutorials, they open up kind of a demo project in Photoshop, and then you get to learn hands-on. You don't just sit there and watch a video, but it's actually teaching you 1 step at a time. So let's say, for example, you want to get to know layers, which is a really good thing to get to know. If you click into one of these tutorials, the way they tend to all work is they load up kind of a mock project. So you have some content that loads up already, and you click right here to start the tutorial. And as you start the tutorial, usually they give you an image or something preloaded to work with. You always start by reading the directions on the screen, and then you follow, you can see this little blue thing. I'm going to move myself real quick. So this little blue tag that goes around the screen, you follow it and you do what it says. And after you do what it says, it'll unlock the ability to go to Next. So the pattern, though, for all these is you read the directions, follow what it shows to do in the little blue tag, which right now is the bottom corner of the screen, and then you click Next. Same deal. You would just go back, next step, you'd read the directions, find the little blue tag that's somewhere on the screen showing you what to do, take that action, and then click Next. So you're going to follow 3 of these. If at any point you need to get back to the home screen to find those tutorials again, you click this little home button in the top here, and it just takes you straight back to the home screen, or theoretically should. So we'll say, no, we don't save this, click to the home screen, and now we're back at the home screen. So you're going to follow 3 of your choice, create as much content as you want. You can create 1 image edit that has all 3. You can create 10 image edits that have all 3 in there somehow. Post them on the Canvas discussion, and just reference what you made.